Hello, hello, it's Wessel here, and thanks for joining me as I continue on my adventures in SnowRunner on hard mode. And today we are moving to Wisconsin. We do have a tiny little bit of work still to do here in Yukon to get the last of the trucks back, but I'm going to speed that up a bit by being a bit sneaky. So let's get stuck in and get into Wisconsin as soon as we can. So the sneakiness is I'm just going to recover this straight back to the garage. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to sell it. So I'll spend 5,000 credits just to speed up the process. Otherwise, we'll be crawling our way through to the other garage and I just can't be bothered. So we are going to put that in truck storage and then we are going to sell that Kodiak. Hooray! I'm surprised it doesn't tell me how much money I got. I should have checked before I pressed it. I might come back and look at that later. But I'm assuming I would have got about 20 grand for it. Okie doke. And if I didn't, well, too bad. All right, so now we're over to Big Salmon Peak, and pretty much we've just got to bring these trucks back into the garage. So we'll nip over to Big Salmon Peak and then take our Chev Kodiak that's currently got about half a tanker load of fuel in it. Make sure that we've topped up those last few trucks. And put them in the garage and store them. Pretty sure the Ford is absolutely full. So we'll get refuel from the fuel tank. Right, the Ford is full, the Derry needs a bit. Okay, and I'll just switch to the Ford and make sure all of his containers are full. So the small roof rack is, well, I see, the custom pickup bed wasn't. So we'll take that out of the Kodiak. Right. Utility is, small roof rack is, Ford is. Okay, so now it's full. So we'll pop him back into the garage. We'll do a repair because, you know, might as well make him look nice. And then we'll store him away. The big cat, it's good to just be stored. I don't actually think I'm ever going to use that again, but you never know. And the GMC, I'm actually going to just make sure by bringing him out. Yeah, he was fueled up. I couldn't remember if I'd fueled him up or not, but obviously I had. But that's okay. So again, we'll just bring him round, pull up, refuel from the Kodiak to the GMC, put him away. While I think of it, we'll repair him. And then I'm just going to take the advanced winch off him because I might want that for something else. We'll think about whether I need anything else, like the big Westline engine. That's all right, we'll do that for the minute. Store him away. Come back to the Derry. It's full up with fuel. It's all good to go. Bring him into the garage. We'll repair him as well and put him away. Yeah. Pardon me. And then finally, we'll come back out and hop in the Chev. We'll refuel him from his own tank. So we've only got half a fuel tank left, but there's not much I can do about that. He looks in pretty good shape, so I'm not going to worry about repairing him. We'll put him in the garage. So that's it. We've put everyone away, repaired a whole bunch of them, and now we're good to move to Wisconsin. So here we are at Wisconsin, and I can go straight to the garage by pressing square on my PlayStation. So let's get into Wisconsin. And there's a bit of a hint. It thinks the Loadstar could be pretty good here. Wow, Loadstar's pretty good just about everywhere. Okie doke. La la la. So here we are at the garage in Big Badger, no, I can't remember where we are. Where are we? Black Badger Lake? Does that sound right? I think so. Yeah. Okay, but we're going to have to get a truck out of storage. And I think the one we're going to get is the one that they just suggested, the Loadstar. So I'm going to grab the Loadstar. Yep, I'm going to have to pay to bring it in. That's okay. Now it's already set up with the repair kit add-on, whatever it's called, in the back. So we've got fuel, and I think we've got some spare parts. So, looking at the map, we can't see too much. There is a watchtower up here, which is sort of to the west of where we are. And there's another one a bit further to the south. And then another one over here. And that's it. Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to exit from here. But in a fairly unusual turn, I'm going straight through the fence. So, somewhat surprisingly, let's go through the fence. Because this will be the quickest way to get to that watchtower. Now I've got the... Oh, one thing I haven't done. A little bit too quick to get going there, young whistle. I'm going to come back. I should have thought of this. Because I've only got the standard gearbox on. And I think that for this region, I'm going to want the SnowRunner gearbox. I can probably get away with the standard gearbox, but I'm sort of feeling that the SnowRunner gearbox will be a bit more beneficial for me. So let's quickly pop back in here, customise our gearbox. What's it called? Off-road. Buy the off-road gearbox. Okay, and now we're good to go. So, let's do exactly what we were doing a moment ago, but this time with the SnowRunner gearbox. Should have gone through there. Because there's an upgrade. I knew there was an upgrade around here somewhere. Let's fight our way through the trees a bit more. Now this is obviously a fast flowing river, so I'll come up a bit higher and let the river carry me down a little bit. Oh, as it is, it's no biggie. So straight up we've found an upgrade, and this is the engageable diff for the engageable all-wheel drive, sorry, for the Boar 4538318, which I don't have. But at least I've got the engageable four-wheel drive for it. Now I think it's going to be easier actually if I cross over there. Splash over to this side. Now I do have the autonomous winch on my Loadstar, so if I get into trouble I can winch myself back up. But hopefully we won't get into too much trouble. This little bridge, because the watchtower's up here somewhere, I think. There's the factory down there. not the factory, sorry, the garage where we just came from. The garage. Okay, so we've got a task. And a great big hole. Right. And this task is exploration gone wrong. Well, we will do that, and in fact we're going to do this task straight away. Basically this task requires us to find a little Scout 800 which has decided to take a dive off these rocks over here. So we'll just be careful. Ooh, that looks a bit steep. Should be alright though if we're careful. Again, the whole point is trying not to get angle on the truck. If we can go straight down. Oh, yeah, see how we got hit there? That was bad. That's alright, so we went straight down, that was good. And this is in fact I think the same, yes, this is the same task, so we've got 2 starting points for it. And there you can see there's a small Scout sort of on its head. Yeah, it's not feeling very happy. So again, this might prove to be a bit challenging. But if I come down in low gear, I'm hoping I won't bash the truck too badly. Obviously I can come, I was going to say I can come pelting down here and smash into everything and get lots of damage. I'm trying to creep down here so I don't get any damage. So let's get this thing on its wheels. Whoa! Well, that was exciting. Obviously it, yes, had some fun there. Right, so I've got him on his wheels. Just roll down a little bit more and bring him with us. I'm not going to make any effort to go up that part. I just go down, we'll go round. I'm sure there'll be a safer spot that we can go round. Right, we'll just stay there and winch from there. Jump off. Yes, that's fine. You can. I don't care how much it gets damaged. Oh, actually, oh no, I'll go without it. I just don't want my truck to get damaged. Because this is one of the few tasks where you don't have to repair the vehicle later. Okay, come on, rightio. So we're going to use gravity now. Oh. Alright, so that should work. And it's quite clearly not on its wheels. But shouldn't be too hard to get back on its wheels. Or maybe it will be. Come on. No, That wasn't what I wanted you to do. That's better. Right. Now we're back on the wheels. We just have to take it back up to where we were a moment ago. Which of course is not going to be super easy. But shouldn't be super hard either. Most important thing is trying not to tip the Loadstar over. Dancing around. Come on, dancing Loadstar, you can do it. Alright, we'll let go of your friend, but then you can do it. Get your friend again. Now I'm going to sneak up this little side path here, if I can. Come on. He's stuck, isn't he? He's proving to be an annoying little friend. Let's try and grab that side. What's he doing? Oh, he's coming. That's good. I'm going to turn his engine on. Nope, we just don't seem to be able to get that little bit of grip. So we'll go and do it on our own. Again, the usual. Always these great big rocks prove to be challenging. Oh, I've knocked him over. Get the Scout a bit closer behind us now, because I don't want him getting caught on a tree. Have I come out too early? No, I think I'm alright. Just saw a blue thing, so let's not crash into that. So we're just about delivered it, so I'm going to take its fuel from the Scout to the Loadstar. Beautiful. And then we'll deliver him to the spot. And there we go, first task done. Exploration gone right. Alright. So now let's head on and try and find that. I wonder if we should go back this way like we sort of came. Whoa. Oh, yuck. That's all a bit yuck. I just don't want to bash the living goodness knows what out of my truck. Okay, it's not so bad. So let's fly this road around and hope that it maybe takes us to an actual spot we can come down from. So I think it takes us here where we just climbed up. So again, as long as we're careful. Alright, that's pretty good. So we've done our first task. Oops. So let's do a bit of exploring. I'm going to follow this road around because this is like the main road. And then I think we turn up something like this one. I'll just have to check the map. Maybe that one. Let's have a look. Yeah, can't really see very much, can we? Where's the... Yeah, it looks like that's going to lead us up to there. So let's do that. Because I want to open up that watchtower because that'll give us a much better picture of what we're doing here in Wisconsin. And of course, because of my additional rules that I'm playing on this playthrough, I'll be using American trucks only, no Russian trucks allowed in this region. So once again we'll see a fair bit of the Loadstar and the Ford and the White Western Star 4964, probably the GMC. Actually going to try and climb up this little hill here because it's going to make it a little bit easier going than going up the rocky path. Because there's the watchtower over here on the left. Oh, over here on the left now. A whole lot of rocks in the way, of course, because we don't want to make it easy. And with any luck, we can sneak around here. And there we go. So that is our watchtower uncovered, which is very good. Let's have a look on the map. So suddenly we've got a pretty good view of everything. And that's the northern section of the map. So there's only 3 watchtowers, I think, here in Black Badger Lake. I thought there were 4. Shows I don't know anything, does it? Okay. So this one is... yeah, opening up pretty much the north of the map, and we've got lots of things going on. We've got Creek Bridge, we've got Lost But Not Forgotten, we've got Factories Bridge, we've got a railway station with a generator area, we've got Repaying the Debts, we've got To New Horizons, to new horizons. A wood framing site. Pretty cool stuff. And a fuel station. Okay, well, I'm going to start by heading up here to this new horizons, because I'm sort of already most of my way up here now. So let's head up and have a look at what to new horizons gives us. A little bit tricky turning around because there's big rocks and things all over the place. Alright, now we're done. So I'm going to head up and try and find that new horizons thing. Which, to be honest, is why I've got the Loadstar out at the moment. Careful, careful. Definite tip risk there. Just not sure now where I should be heading. Let's have a quick little look at the map. Oh no, I'm not far enough up yet. Okay. Got to go a little bit further. You've got to go down so you can go up. Always careful of turning up a tight hill like this, because you can tip pretty easily. Just wend our way through the rocks here and find that task. There we go. To new horizons. Alright, so we have to take a Scout flatbed with some vehicle spare parts on it over to Mr. B's house. Okie doke. And the vehicle, the trailer is just through these couple of trees. There we go, I can see it already. Now, this is a bit of a nasty one because that trailer is actually leaning on that tree. And if I was to drive my truck over to it, chances are pretty high that it would just throw the cargo onto the ground, which is pretty annoying. See how it's already sort of, how it was trying to make the cargo go in a weird angle. See, now it's fine because that tree's sort of been knocked out of the way. So now I can approach the cargo with caution. But a bit like when we first saw that little Scout and it did a jump in the air, this trailer can do the same thing and throw its cargo onto the floor, which is pretty annoying. The upshot is you then would normally go back and just restart the task. I've just got to be careful I'm not going to tip it over myself now. Looks pretty good. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And then once we've got it attached, now we should be pretty right. So we'll just pump our way down onto this nice flat rock here. don't think we can go up that side, so I'm going to go back the way I came. I'm just taking it very cautiously. Alright, now I'm good. So we've now got our cargo of vehicle spare parts that we're going to be taking to the drop spot at Mr. B's house. Not Mr. Bean. I'll just pop it into low plus to come down this hill. Nice. And now we've got another. Now actually I could come down here. Oh, I've already started now, so I will. I could have probably gone across there to the top. That might have made more sense. But I've already started coming down here now. So we'll hopefully make the best of a bad job. Trying not to throw the cargo off and not to smash our own truck. That's pretty good. You can see some big rocks occasionally, so we just try and miss those as much as we can. Stay on the flat bits. There we go. Oh, no, no. Ooh, look at that nasty tree stump right there. Okay. Oh, that's a bit better. Now, this is a power station that we're coming through. There's no tasks to be done there yet. We'll be delivering some stuff here later on. Now Mr. B's house is over here, so let's head that way. And we're sort of running out of fuel, but we do have our add-on tanks in our trunk, so we'll be able to refuel from those shortly. So far so good. We took a bit of damage on our fuel tank bashing over some of those big rocks, but the rest it's okay. So we'll just mosey along this muddy path and see if we can get up to Mr. B's house. In fact, I'm going to stop there and refuel. Nicely done. So now we'll be fine to get to Mr. B's house and drop off this cargo. Here. There's Mr. B's house. So we should be able to pull our way up here. A bit low gear. We'll just pull up there. Cargo 1, 2. Stage complete. Okay, so we've finished the first stage. We've now got to repair the Khan Lo4f with better part of 200 repair points and 65 litres of fuel. Okay, well I don't have 200 repair points on my Loadstar. I've only got 150, I think. So I can't complete this task here. But I can take this little guy with me and bring him a bit closer to civilization, so I can repair him a bit more easily. Rather than have to bring a repair trailer or something over here, I can bring him back to the main road. And all will be well. Now it's really sad, you never get given a Khan Lo4f through the whole of the game. Well, at least as far as I've got to. So I've never played much with one, but they're a great little scout truck, mostly due to their low centre of gravity. Their centre of gravity seems to be only inches above their wheels. They are one of the most stable trucks you can find, which is weird because you'd expect them to be a bit tippy, a bit like the Scout 800. But I think that with the design of the game, they've put the weight of the truck on the floor of its tray, sort of thing. So it tends to stay on its wheels a lot. We don't have one, and it is a Russian truck, so I don't know what it's doing over here in Wisconsin. Anyway. So I'm going to bring this guy all the way back. And we'll pull up over here. And I'm going to leave the Loadstar here, and the little Khan can stay there. Because now I'm going to come back to the garage and bring out the Ford, because he's got a lot of repair points. I couldn't start with the Ford because he wouldn't have been able to deliver the vehicle spare parts we just had. You'd need the towing attachment. Alright, so we have a fully fueled up and fully stocked up Ford F750 that we can now bring over and complete to New Horizons. So this is pretty easy. Just got to be careful of some of these rocks that they'll damage your suspension as you go over. There you go. Alright, so here we go. We just about made it back to the little Khan Lo4f, or Lo4f. Just pull up there. We'll repair him from... Ooh. Now how has that happened? How come I didn't repair... Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. We got 400 points, so that's more than enough to repair the Khan Lo4f. Very good. And then we can refuel it. We can refuel it. That's not enough. That's enough. And it disappears in a puff of smoke, but all good to complete that task. So that's pretty good. We've now completed 2 tasks here in Wisconsin. Now if I have a little look, we've currently got no outstanding tasks, but there's 3 contracts we're going to need to work through. There's a paper mill, which basically is setting up the paper factory. And that's a bit like the factory one we just did in Yukon. We've got to make lots of deliveries of lots of stuff to the paper factory. And the paper factory obviously is right there. So we're up here. We just need to come down. There's the paper factory. So we need 4 metal beams, 12 metal rolls, 6 fuel, 6 concrete blocks and 2 large pipes. That's for section A. Then for section B, we need 12 bricks and 4 cement and 4 concrete slabs and 6 metal rolls. And then for section C, which we can't do till we've finished A and B, we need fuel and pipes and consumables. So you can see it's one of these major delivery contracts of lots of stuff. And then finally, once we've finished them all, we can take cellulose, which is a new cargo. We need to take that down to the Grainwoods River, the other map. Okay, so that's the Green Lake paper mill. Nonagon Infrastructure. We're doing something or other with a diesel locomotive in Grainwoods River. We're doing some broken tracks in Grainwoods River. We're starting the power plant here, where I just had mentioned before. So that's the power plant. We need to deliver some stuff there to open up the power plant. Ooh, let me just look at that again. Notice that gives us access to some crafting zones. So that'll then let us make more things. So that's probably pretty high priority to get that power plant up and running. And then we've got train departure, which is deliver some stuff in Grainwoods River. And then finally the logging contract. We've got, what have we got? Medium logs, long logs and wooden planks. Interesting. Taking that to the weather station. Now the weather station's obviously in the south east of this map. We've got 2 long logs and 6 wooden planks going up to the farm. We've got 2 medium logs and 4 long logs to the railway station. And we've got medium logs, wooden planks and long logs going to a couple of houses, one in the north and one in the south. Okay. So I'm not going to rush to get into those, but I do think that one for the starting the power plant, that one looks like it's probably fairly high priority. But before I even get onto that, I've got to fix up some of these bridges, because you can sort of see already there's a missing bridge there and there's a missing bridge there. So there's going to be some bridge work we're going to need to do. So let's go and have a little look in the Ford at that bridge, that first bridge one, and see what we need. I'm not going to refuel yet. Now fueling here is interesting. Fuel here costs, well, at that fuel station, costs $4 a litre. Now if I do my sneaky trick of taking the Chev Kodiak back to Alaska and filling it up for free, and then bringing it back again, that in effect costs effectively about 3.88 cents dollars a litre. Okay, there's Creek Bridge. Alright. So I can't go across Creek Bridge. I need some metal beams for it. So I'm going to need to get a delivery truck to do that. So we might come up this way first, because I think there's a task up here as well that we might be able to do. Now this track I'm on now runs pretty much from the main road over to the railway station. And here we have a task. It says lost but not forgotten. And we need to go and save a Hummer, and once we've saved it, we get to keep it. Now, again, not so worried about it because I don't think I'm going to be using the Hummer much. I've already got a Hummer, so I'll probably just end up selling it. But you know, always nice to be given a free truck. Now, actually, I think, yeah, I don't want to come up this high. Let's go back here because he's over here in the river. Now, I could make an effort to go and get him, but the river current is very strong. So I would rather come up this way. Let's have a look where I'm going, shall we? Yes, let's not jump off there. No, that's not right. Carefully now, please. Trying to get onto this rock without making a complete mess of it. And I can't seem to do it. That's better. Right. Because now there's a little dude down there that I can get. Right, so I've got him. So this is very much now a brute force approach. We are just going to drag him around until we can get to a spot where we can pick him up. I'm not enjoying this at the moment. That's not right. I've come off at the wrong angle, so let's come off at the tighter angle. Right onto the grass. Right, that's better. Yeah, sorry, Hummer. Sorry, Hummer. Didn't mean to be bad. Alright, but now you'll see we have a Hummer, albeit on its head. Not anymore. Oh, so close, we almost had it there. Come on, jump onto your wheels. It's trying to get on its wheels. I might have to actually disconnect and, yeah, give it a bit of a helping hand. Now the good thing about the Hummer is that those attach points are so nice and wide on the Hummer itself. It's one of the nicest trucks to flip over. Rightio. So we're pretty good. Now we're gonna come down here and cross the river, which will be a bit of a challenge. I'm hoping it should be achievable. Just got to watch out for the big rocks. So I'm going to try and go across here where there's just the little rocks. Not bad. Oh, of course there's a tree stump there. They always put naughty tree stumps where you don't want them. However, we can now do a pretty good job of delivering our Hummer to Mr. Johnson's house. Now, I'm not going to worry about taking the fuel out of the Hummer before I deliver it. because I know that I'm going to get to keep it at the end. So I might as well just deliver it. So there we go. Yay! And we have one Hummer that is lost but not forgotten. That's pretty cool. So we're going to come along here now and keep exploring, because I kind of want to try and open up another what do you call it? Watchtower. But first, I also want to just check this new second bridge down here. So I want to activate that task. So this is the factories bridge task. So we'll accept that. And we'll come and fulfill that later on. So we don't have a huge amount of time left today. Behind us here is the paper mill, and there's no tasks in there for the moment. But that's where we'll be dropping a whole lot of deliveries when we're doing those paper section things. But meanwhile, we'll keep exploring, because I want to come down to that southwestern watchtower. But I don't reckon I'll get there today. You never know, I might. It'll be close. Sometimes you can get through more than you expect. But this area is fairly muddy and boggy. So we'll try and push through and see how we go. Yes, I think I was talking before about the fuel station where the fuel is $4 a litre. That's very similar to the price I would be, or the cost I would be incurring to take the Chev Kodiak back to Alaska and fill it up and bring it back again. It's a fraction more, so it's $4 a litre compared to $3.70, something like that. But it's definitely in the same ballpark. So I will be more likely to fuel up here than I have anywhere else in the past, because there's not a lot of spare fuel lying around here, particularly on Black Badger Lake, this map. There is some on Grainwoods River, or Grainwoods, whatever it's called. So we might be able to use a bit more of that, but it's like, I think there's one fuel trailer basically. So fuel it's not as bad as Yukon, where we literally only had that maintenance trailer, but it's similar. So we will probably end up refueling from the gas stations quite a bit, and I may bring the Kodiak in. I'm not sure at this stage. Bit of mess on the road here. And here we have another task. Okay, so the railway bridge. So if I just stop my engine again and have a quick little look, you can sort of see where we've been. So there's a watchtower over here we haven't even gone close to yet. And I'm heading my way down to this one, to be honest. So railway bridge is a little bit blocked for us, but we might be able to come past, maybe sneaking along here and cross over. Let's do that. So we can't really cross over while we've got big rocks in the way. No, that's not going to work. So maybe this isn't such a good idea. Oh yeah, we might be able to come down that side. See if we come down here and then do a bit of a tight turn. Whoop. Right, so we're going to run down a pretty steep hill here. So we'll just pop it into low here, creep down that hill. At least the railway line doesn't have that same challenge that Yukon had, a massive drop off on each side. So let's come this way and see how we go. Yes, that railway line looks positively friendly compared to what we had in Yukon. Okay, so here we are popping up on the other side, I guess, of the bridge. Oh, there's another fuel station. So there's a fuel station back there. I think that's a little bit more expensive though. I think, I can remember that one, I don't want to fuel up there. But there's my watchtower. So we just about might make it. It's getting light. So I'm going to sneak through here. Carefully. Trying not to bash on the big rocks. Somebody else's house and a task. Let's have a quick peek in there. Lost order. Okay. So we'll do that later. And we should just make it up to the watchtower as we're getting towards the end of day. Perfect timing. What a good day of scouting. We've done a couple of tasks. We've uncovered 2 watchtowers. Plus got an upgrade. So there we are. So we might stop the engine there. Alright. So we've come here. Right, so there's the gateway to Greenwood River. It's just right down beside us there. Let's spin around. That's better. So facing north. Right, so we are here in the southwest corner. We've got a gateway to Greenwood River right there. We've got a lost supplies task sitting here. An upgrade just there, so we might want to go and get that. Task over here for saving farmers' machinery. Railway bridge that we already knew about. A contest up here for cliffhanger race. We'll probably do that quite late. Okay, so that one didn't open up quite as much as the first one had, but that's all right. And then we'll have one more over there on the eastern side. But I think that is going to be enough for today, so we'll finish a fraction early. I'll call it there and press pause. So that'll do us for today. We've done incredibly well. Got into Wisconsin, found an upgrade, did a task to save the little Scout 800, exploration gone wrong, opened up the first watchtower, started the task to New Horizons, and then switched over to the Ford and finished that task. Uncovered a couple more like Creek Bridge and Factories Bridge. Did the Lost But Not Forgotten. Yeah, found the Hummer. Geez, we did well. And then travelled all the way down to the southwest corner to open up that watchtower. Huge day. So tomorrow I think I'm going to bring in the White Western Star and try and take a load of metal beams to the creek bridge, and then I'll head back around and try and get some metal beams for the factories bridge. So yeah, that's the plan. It'll be a White Western Star day tomorrow, given that we did such a good day of scouting in the Loadstar and Ford today. Okie doke, so anyway, that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it and thought we did well, and that you'll join me again tomorrow as I push on here in Wisconsin. Otherwise though, thanks for watching, appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye-bye.